What's up, all you beautiful people? Your boy, the Vuvuzela, is in the building. Episode 60. That's right. We've reached the end of the week. It's Friday. It's time to relax. And no better way to relax than watching Porto take on their first two games of the season with me as manager. Yes, that's right. I'm manager of Porto. If you don't know what I'm talking about, and you still think I'm part of the manager of Thun, or manager of Pretoria Callies, or manager of Arcadia Shepherds, then you haven't watched in a long time, and you need to go back and watch those other 40 episodes that you've probably missed by now. Tut tut. Anyway, ladies and gents, hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you hit subscribe, get notified, tell your parents, grandparents, and lovers and haters to join in on the fun. Let's run that intro. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's game time, baby. It's game time. Our first match in charge of Porto FC in the Portuguese League. And I just want to show you the schedule because this is absolutely insane. We play Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday. Then we have a couple of breaks. And then it goes to a bit normal. But this section here in January is what I wanted to show you. That's a lot of football for January, although I suppose it's all spread out nicely with over the Saturdays and Sundays. But there's also obviously Champions League games coming in there and everything. The schedule is going to be an absolute beast to navigate. In terms of our friendly games, we've played very, very well. We beat Leicester, Jablonec, PSG, our B team, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Man United, Real Madrid, and we drew with Juventus, albeit like Real Madrid and Man United were slightly weaker teams. Also beat Cologne in August. We've got Tondela coming up next and Braga. In terms of media prediction and all that stuff, we are ranked second behind current league holders Benfica, which is quite an interesting thing. We do have three players in the Dream 11 with Meisler, Orestes, and Match all coming there. Match playing as a DM, which is an interesting thing. He has the attributes to be a very good regista, to be honest. We will be going to primarily use him on the wing because of his crossing and his dribbling and his just raw pace that he has. Passing isn't great. We are going to be working on that, but I feel as a winger, he's probably on par with Andreas here, but maybe just underneath Andreas in terms of winging play. And that's where we are. Tondela, who are playing today, are currently ranked 12th. Sporting Braga are 4th in the list. That's our second game of the season, or third game of the season, rather. We are skipping the Pacos de Ferreira. They recently got promoted. They're looking to be at the bottom. Don't think that's a good, sexy game for us to play. So that's what's happening. Just to give you guys a quick recap on the transfer sagas coming in, we have potentially found a backup goalkeeper in Yusuke Segawa. Free transfer. His contract's coming up to an end in December, so he'll come in January as a third choice, potentially second choice. He is a little bit better than Fabio Cruz, and I think at 22 could develop into a world-class goalkeeper, the Japanese youngster, under 21 capped. I feel like he could be our answer to the future. We'll have to wait and see. In terms of a young goalkeeper, 17-year-old Jose Rey, who's in the squad today, and we'll speak about that. He might be on his way out, as well as Mamadou Fernandez out. That's two goalkeepers we're loaning out. Elsewhere, Park Pierre-Louis could be on his way to Plymouth. Kamara, I've decided to reject both those loan offers. I don't want to loan him out. We do have about 31 million that we can spend if we want, and it doesn't affect our wage budget at all. It still gives us another 59,000. So, I mean, in reality, we could be looking at about, let's say, 25 to spend. In terms of our transfer history, we did bring in a few players. We did bring in Mark Pierre-Louis. That wasn't me. My signings, though, 34 million for Victor Eletu Regista. Very, very good Nigerian international. 56 caps for Nigeria. We needed some depth in that DM role. He is one of the guys we brought in for that depth. His only problem that I have with him in terms of his attributes, especially to play in that Regista role, is unfortunately his balance and his dribbling. Not the best. That is something we're going to work on a little bit, and his off the ball isn't great either. Then we also brought in the defensive midfielder, Lucas Gunnar Duath. Very, very good DM. Probably his best role. Looks like he could be a fantastic little signing for us, both in the first team. And then also Lucas Match. We mentioned him in the Dream 11. He's looking to spearline the left flank for us. This man looks like he could be absolutely fantastic. At 20 years old, listed as a wonder kid. Already valued at 52 million. We bought him for 8 million, which is amazing. At 20 years old, 13 caps for Czechia already. He is probably going to be absolutely amazing. Determined personality, wonder kid description. Love to see that. And then another kid who I regard as a wonder kid. Media says he's attacking midfielder. This guy, one for the future, attacking midfielder, hands down. His best sort of role is the advanced playmaker. He's gone back on loan to Thun. You guys will remember him. We had him at Thun. What have they done actually in terms of transfers? They've transferred out a few players. Nothing really notable. Estudante is an interesting one. They've brought in Felipe Figueri, a backup goalkeeper, really, to play there for them. They've been okay in their leagues going forward. They're not doing too bad. The loss to Lugano is a bit of a heavy one, but they did beat Young Boys, which is nice for them to see. They've stuck to the same sort of tactic that we have, and they've pretty much stayed to the same sort of players that we had. Malhaus, Castera, Mashlangu, Tiwani, Kukuri, Marcel, Renan, Palacia, Barros, and Renid. Pretty much the same squad. They haven't changed much. Nice to see the likes of Locke, Remy, and Francisco, even Raza, getting a run there in the first team. You love to see that, and that's what I love to see. They need to be using him a lot more. Let's get to today's game. We can have a look at the team selection. I've already sorted it all out. Like I mentioned, Fabio Cruz is injured, and he's out for 2 weeks. That's our backup goalkeeper. So Jose Rey will come in there, even though we have a bid. Cruz should be back by the Braga game. Otherwise, we'll make a plan for that. Other injuries, Romero Silva, who was planning on being my backup left wing. He's currently out for 6 weeks. Marcio is suspended. Perez not 100% fit yet to play. He will probably be first team choice over Barco, although Barco did have a very good Olympics. He was one of the dream team players. In fact, he won player of the tournament for Argentina's team. Portugal won the under 23 Olympics. They won the gold, beating Argentina in the finals. And we got to give a shout out to Lisboa. He was top goal scorer for the tournament. Fantastic little run for him in the Olympics. 3 goals there. No, 3 goals in 5 games is absolutely fantastic for Pedro Lisboa. Not 100% fit, so he won't feature today. Elsewhere, Corojas, who was also part of the Portuguese under-23 team in the Olympics, won't feature, part of that winning team. So we are going to go with Meisler in goals. Nunez going to come on the right. Orestes, Carmo, and Barco. That's sort of the back four that I'm probably going to be playing. I know we had our issues with Carmo. I couldn't find a decent replacement for him. So he will come in there with Kamara being sort of his backup option, or Corojas as well. Kamara can play both left and right. Hilgers probably won't feature as much in the team, although he is on like 200,000, so maybe he should feature and get our money's worth. In the midfield, we're going to go with Gunnar Diath and Eletu. They probably are 2 best midfielders that we have in the team. We do have Neto and Varela on the bench, in case anything. Matos on the left-hand side on the bench as well. Up front, Almeida on the right. We promised him more game time. He's going to get more game time. Liverpool are interested in him, which I think is a very interesting. If I can get 57 million for Almeida, I probably will take it. He is a very good right winger, and we don't really have anyone that's as good, but 57 million is a lot of money that I'll probably land up taking. On the bench for him, we do have Emaga, who can play on the right, left, and attacking. He will be our reserve option. Up front, Darmani in the midfield, advanced playmaker. He's probably going to be our go-to guy, the Algerian Frenchman, captain under 23 level for France. Looks like he could be a fantastic little player. And then on the left, we've mentioned him a few times, Lucas Mash will be there. I have looked up how to pronounce his surname. It is Mash. That's how they say it in Czechia. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. And then up front, the man that's tipped to be top goal scorer, one of the top goal scorers, is Herman Figueira, the Portuguese 22-year-old. Didn't go to the Olympics, a little bit too old, but 11 caps for Portugal at 6 goals at 22 years old. He looks like he might be our spearhead guy, our main target going up front. We don't have a striker on the bench. We do have Silva, Terekos, and Kamara, the other guys that I haven't mentioned. Let's go to the game. Let's take on Tondela. Of course, Tondela predicted to come mid-table, so this should be a match we should be winning, and we should be winning quite well, I think. Orestes with the header. Amazing jumping reach from Orestes, by the way. I think he's like 18 jumping reach or something ridiculous like that. 19 jumping reach, 13 header. He is a beast in the air. He'll be our set-piece weapon. Carmo, also not too bad in terms of our set-piece weapons. We do have a lot of big, hefty boys in the back there that can produce some goals from corners, what we're hoping for. Arajo, though, got through on goal, hit the crossbar, and that goes out for a throw-in. Barco now has another opportunity. Carmo. We do actually could use the long throw option for Barco. He does have a long throw on him. It is a tactic that I might be looking at using in the future. I still want to just test things out. Figueroa's through. I think he's offside. Linesman hasn't raised his flag. That goal is going to count. Where was it? Was he on? He was onside. Look at that. Beautiful run from Figueroa. Played onside because of this guy right here. He was well out of position. Who's that? Thiago Almeida played him onside. Figueira with a beautiful little finish. We 1-0 up, and I've hyped him up as being our star man. He is going to be spearheading that attack, and he's done so in style there with a beautiful goal in the early minutes of the first half. Victor now plays across to Damani, rather. Gets dispossessed in a dangerous position. They don't really have men for. They are playing a very, very reserved team at the moment. Orestes looking for options. Can't find out. This is a very, very long highlight. And if this is all that's going to happen, then I'm going to be very annoyed in that. Victor Aletu looking for Barco. Picks up Mash. David Carmo back to Mash. Looking on the wing. Beautiful little ball for Damani. Trying to cross in. Defender got to take. Figueroa plays it back. Duath looking for a debut goal. Hits the crossbar. Nunes has another opportunity. Almeida back to Duath. Back to Victor. And that's brought down. Barco has brought him down there. He will get a yellow card. No, he doesn't get a yellow card. Okay, I thought he was getting it. Oh, he did. Duath got the yellow card instead later on. But we're playing well. I'm expecting a little bit better, though. We haven't really found our footing in the game. Yes, we've scored a goal. Yes, we've been dominating stats. But I feel it's a new squad, really, for me. It's a new system for them. They don't really play this system. We've had our issues with some of our players. Barco has been a bit unhappy. He wasn't happy with the team sheet for some reason. Barco comes in a little low cross, looking for Victor. Can't get the header in. Nunes to Almeida. Back to Victor. And he shoots it just over the top there from Aletu. And like I said, half-time we are winning, but I'm not 100% happy. They need to do a little bit better. They need to get a little bit more into the game. I'm looking at guys like Lucas Marsh at 6.6 and Duath at 6.4. Not really putting in there. This is a good opportunity now to see our weapons in the... And there we go. There we go. I was going to say our weapons in the box. Orestes finding the back of the net. 19 jumping reach. And that's what you get for 19 jumping reach. Herring over 11, but that was easy going to pass James a goal. It's 2-0 up. This is looking a little bit better. We put like sort of on the afterburner. Nice set piece goal is what we want. Nunez looking for options now, coming through the middle. Picks up match. Barco looking for the low cross. Goes for the low cross. Figueroa couldn't get the Damani can though. And Damani puts the ball in the back of the net. That's our third goal. Now we're looking like we're a potential league champions title challenger. There was too many adjectives in that sentence. A good little finish from Damani. That's what you love to see. Brilliant. Figueroa couldn't get the first shot in. Damani was there to pick up the pieces, and that's what his position is all about. Being in those sort of spots to make the connections. We're going to bring on some subs. Guys looking a little bit fatigued out there, not looking great. Mash is one of them. I'm going to give Duarte Silva, our 18-year-old, he's had a birthday in March. Not a great player, but we're going to give him a bit of a run. Don't really have much depth on the left-hand side. They just scored a goal. What happened? I didn't press save. You don't save those. That's what I just read at the bottom there. But what happened? Free kick. Okay. I mean, that was a good free kick, wasn't it? I'm still going to make those swaps, though. Not happy about that at all, to be completely honest. Against the run of play, really. Marsh is coming off for Silva. Duath not having the best game. Varela can come on. A little bit worried about the yellow cards at the back. Nunez not looking great. Hilgers can come on the right-hand side. Can play on the right. Almeida not having the best game. We were being on Imega for that one as well. Just let them get in the games. It's still early days in the Porto save. My Porto stint, rather. 3-1 up. We can make swaps like that and feel still a little bit more comfortable in moving forward. Very happy with the likes of Victor Aletu in the Regista role. He's proving to be sort of that middle section of the park has been absolutely fantastic for us today. I would actually like another goal to try and keep that goal difference. Benfica won 4-0 in their opening game. We're going to end this game at 3-1. Is there going to be one last goal? Are we going to get a fourth goal? Because that would be absolutely fantastic. Dominique comes inside looking for Emega. Emmanuel Emega with a goal. 4-1 up. As I was saying, I'd like to get a fourth goal to close that goal difference. They won 4-0. We've won 4-1. Hilgers with a good interception there. Domini looking for Emega. And that was just a fantastic little tuck into the far post. And that is a brilliant way to cap off this game. That goal that conceded wasn't great. Free kicks, not much you can do about those. But nice work, everybody. It puts us second on the table, just behind Benfica on goal difference. A couple of other teams also won their first games. Braga hasn't yet played. That's our next game. We've got just a small matter of Pacos de Ferreira to deal with in between. But we're coming back for the Braga game. Ladies and gents, we're back for the Sporting Braga match. They've yet to play a game in the league. They haven't played their first game of the season. They've been dealing with Champions League qualifiers, which they've actually managed to get to the next round. Well done to them, which means their first game will be against us. They beat Young Boys to get through that part. How did Thun do? Did Thun make it? They'll be in the playoff. No, they'll be in the second round qualifier. Did Thun not make it to the past the qualifiers? No. That's horrible. Maybe I'm a little bit too much invested in this team. They're in the playoffs, in the UEFA Champions League playoffs against Dynamo. Okay, so they're still need to qualify. They need to beat Dynamo Kiev, Zagreb rather. Well, I like to keep an eye on them. I like to see that they're doing well, you know. In other news, we have made a signing. We did sign Yusuke Sagawa. There was an option to buy now. It was worth 1 million. He's come into the squad. We just needed a backup goalkeeper because everybody else is injured or left. Again, decent little player. I don't know, looking at him now, I don't know if he will be better than Ilenia long term. So maybe he is just a backup player, and that is how he's going to stay. In terms of the team, we are going to go with Nunez on right, Orestes, Carmo, and Barco playing the back four. Duanth and Aletu in the midfield. Almeida, Donami, Mach, and Figueira match these two games that he has played. hasn't really performed as well as I'd hoped he had performed. So we'll keep an eye on him. Duath still getting into the game. Not worrying too much. DMs never really get good ratings, so I'm happy with his performances so far. We're taking on Sporting Braga. Their first game of the season. They're ranked to come fourth. We're second. It should be a match we should be winning. Before I actually get there, just a quick mention. Our previous game, we did take on Pacos de Ferreira. We beat them 2-0. Was it a confidence 2-0? It wasn't. We had to wait till the 60th minute to break them up. So that's that. Moving forward, though, this is a huge game that we do need to win. Braga is a good team, and there's a kickoff highlight right off the bat, which I never like. I never like kickoff highlights. You just never know what's going to happen. I mean, they could score in the first 20 seconds or so. That's not going to happen, at least now. We've got possession. And a good long ball forward, looking for Figueira. Couldn't pick him up. Orestes wins the header, though. Almeida with a nice little back pass to Nunes. Almeida looking for options. Back to Nunes. Nunes cuts slowed. And there's going to be a second goal of the season for Domini. 46 seconds on the clock. And FC Porto are in the lead. I think they play at the Stadio de Dragao, don't they? Or is that Benfica that plays there? Yeah, it's been the Braga. That's where they play. That's where they play. And I'm quite familiar with the Portuguese stadiums, of course, being a Greek guy. Back in 2004, we'll never forget 2004 in Portugal, Greece winning the Euro. Biblical scenes, really. But we are focusing on this match, and Victor just took a great little shot. We've won the corner. Orestes is there, ladies and gents. Front post, lurking. This is going to go to the back post, though, looking for Figueira. Too close to Alves. He picks it up. Don't forget, Orestes does have a jumping reach of 19. He can tower amongst most of the defenders in the opposition half. Lucuri going for the throwing now. They've lost possession. Almeida launches one forward, trying to look for Figueira. Couldn't find him. Mendy now on the little counter. They've pulled one back. Abel Ruiz scores that. I don't think that was offside. I think that goal is going to count. The linesman didn't raise his flag. Players are raising their fists. It's a goal. I didn't think that was offside. He looked very well onside. Sometimes I wonder why FM actually does the VAR thing. Like, it's not even close. Like, who was this that played him onside here? Was I think Neto? Nunes, not Neto. Nunes played him onside, yeah. It was close, but I mean, it looked very much onside to me, and that's from just the quick naked eye type of look. But yeah, we need a victory here, guys. We need to keep the pressure up at the top of the table. That is our main goal this season, to win the Portuguese league and make a good showing ourselves in Champions League football. Of course, that is also a huge plus. Here comes Mash, though, looking forward, bombing forward with Nunes down on the right. He's got a couple of bodies to aim for in the box. Goes short, back to him. Duath picks up Domini. He goes down in the box looking for the penalty. No penalty given. Figueira, though, recycles the ball. Mash comes in, looking for options. Barco, it's there. Barco, second of the season, scored a penalty in the previous game, this time from open play, arriving late at the box. Absolutely love it. A good recycled ball there from the defender. There was Carmo. Mash picked up Barco in a good spot. And you love to see it. That's Mash's first assist as well for the season. That's what we've brought him in to do, to get those assists, to get those cuts inside to the box. Solid tackle, kickoff highlight. Mash has the ball now at his feet. David Carmo, who won the initial header to get us that goal. Nunes picks up Almeida on the right, who's actually performing very well on that right-hand side. Low cross in. Van Berg gets that. Is that the end of the highlight? No, Mash wins it back. Figueira smashes the upright. He was offside, though. Thought that could have easily been 3-1 right there. That was something. That was a good little spell of pressure that we had to fight back into the game. Slowing down a little bit towards the end of the half. Dueth on a yellow card. Orestes on a yellow card does worry me a little bit much going into the break. I'm not going to take them off yet. I am going to shot at the team that they must do a lot better because they haven't really been in this game. Aletu and Figueira have been struggling a little bit in the game. Duath as well. It's becoming a little bit of a common theme with Duath struggling towards the end of the first half. I'm going to make on some subs. I'm going to take off Figueira, not having the best of the game. And Lisboa can come in there. Elsewhere, Duath on a yellow card does scare me. Varela can come in there. Both my centre-backs on yellow cards. Not happy about that. Orestes can come off for Kuruyas. Sort of our versatile left or right defender. Can play both. Elsewhere, taking off Aletu for Neto. We'll bring on Neto, give him a run. Hasn't had much opportunities in the first team. In fact, this is his debut technically for this season. Aletu's played very well the last 2 games. Hopefully Neto can step up and become that backup player that we desperately need to have in the team. Second half is coming and going. They've got an opportunity now with 78 minutes on the clock. Deep cross from Mendy, looking for the player, can't pick him up. Almeida with a launchy clearance, can't get past Mendy, who started that movement off. Ricard comes in, goes for the shot, hits the crossbar. Meisler a bit concerning there that he didn't cover his near post like that. He should have maybe held that. The post comes to the rescue with 10 minutes left to go. I'm feeling a little bit on the nervy side. 2-1 is not a comfortable score to be behind. And with that being said, the clock has run down and we should be okay. We are okay. 3 wins from 3 games in the league. A blistering start. Comfortable start we have. That is fantastic. We go top of the table. Benfica didn't play yet. They still have a game in hand. We had 4 undefeated teams, or 5 undefeated teams, including Santa Clara, who... No, they've lost a game. They've played 3. I thought it was 2. There we go. The top 4 all undefeated. Benfica might have a better goal difference than us if they win their game in hand. We're on top of the table. In terms of when we're coming back, I'm not 100% sure. Looking at the fixtures, there's still a lot of football to play. League Cup, I'm not really interested in. The Portuguese Cup might be. If it's a good fixture, we might come back for that. Otherwise, we'll wait for the Champions League fixtures to come out as well. Maybe we'll come back for a Champions League game. So when we're coming back, I don't know. Well, there you have it, folks. That is the end of the episode. 2 good results. A good, fantastic start to the Portuguese league with Porto on top of the table, second because of Benfica's goal difference. But we're still there. We're in and amongst it. And of course, coming up, we've got Champions League football. We've got cup competitions. There's still maybe possibly transfers coming up because the transfer market is not closed, guys. And if you like the video, please try that again. If you like the video, please show your support by giving us the thumbs up and leaving a comment or 2 down below. It really does help the algorithms a lot, and we really do appreciate every single one of you guys that come through and do that for us. Really appreciate every single one of you guys. We'll see you on Monday for more Vuvuzela Victory Challenge. From me, peace, chicken grease.